What's up everyone, and welcome back to A Week in My Life as a Home Baker. In today's video, I will be taking you through my process of preparing for my farmer's market. So I started my week by ordering some groceries so I can start testing out some new products and recipes that I want to sell at this farmer's market. I noticed that they gave me the chunky cookie butter and I wondered if it would make a difference, and I can tell you that it did. It makes the cakes a little more dry than just using the regular creamy cookie butter, so just a heads up on that. I also got powdered buttermilk. I usually always have buttermilk left over that goes to waste, so I'm hoping with the powdered buttermilk I can reduce that waste. Welcome into our pantry. If you've been following me, you've probably seen our pantry before in previous videos, but I want to give an updated look because I did do some rearranging in here. So I'm super excited to show you. So let me break it down for you really quickly. So here is my baking side of my pantry. The way that we have our pantry set up, all of our home stuff is on this side of the pantry. Then we have some more stuff on the back side, and then this side is all for the station bakery. I wanted everything to be able to have its own individual place. My hands are ashy. That's okay. It's because you know I've been washing them. But anyways, I wanted everything to have its own place. I want it to be spaced out, but to be able to sit and stand on its own. I don't like for things to be cluttered. This is how I have everything. It's kind of grouped together. The upper shelves are like my packaging, and then I have like some more packaging and supplies in there. These are like decorations. I have fillings. These are like least used stuff, and then down here's like more used things. Okay, see, like I have all of like my fillings and flavorings and things here on this Lazy Susan, my oils, and then more flavorings here, my oils, and then my cake mixes and flours go on this shelf. My sugars are on this shelf, along with over here a few more supplies, and then this is actually going to go up there at the top. One of the things that I considered when I was organizing it like this was trying to get things that my son would be interested in off of the lower shelves and up higher where he wouldn't be able to reach it, like these sprinkles and like all of this stuff here. I put it up higher so he couldn't get into it. I do have these down here that are lower, and he loves to go in there and play with them, but they are up a little bit higher to where it's not super easy for him to reach. He loves to play with these. He'll come and take these down and rearrange them and stack them and knock them down and all of that stuff, but it's no problem with that because they are empty. I wanted all of my main items to be here at eye level on these main 3 rows because it's just easier for me to access them. And this is just another reason why I don't like to buy things in like super bulk either, because then I can do things like this in my pantry. Although I do have space for bulk items. I mean, I have these 2 shelves down here, plus all of that space back there in the back. But that's just not what I want for my home bakery business. So I like it like this. It's clean, it's simple, and it's easy to maintain and manage. But enough about that. My son is having his nap right now, so I need to make the most of this time. I need to get all of these new groceries in and put them in here, and then start planning out what I'm going to make. I think I'm going to start with cookies, but I think before I do that, I don't know. We got to figure out what we're going to do because I'm bouncing back and forth. I lost my virtual assistant, so I am trying to reincorporate everything that was handed off to her, trying to reincorporate it back into my flow and process. So I'm like behind on emails, behind on messages, behind on projects and things that I have to do. So I'm trying to figure out like what is the best thing to like start right now to make the most of this time that my son is sleeping, and think about like what's easier to do during a time when he's awake or when my girls get home. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna figure it out, and then we're gonna get to it. Life has been lifing lately, and I've been finding myself struggling to find motivation for some things. I'm clearly in a season of transition and getting wiser each day. I'm really thinking about what brings me joy in this life and what I want my life to look like. I had a goal when I started all of this, and I have to take a moment to check myself to make sure I'm still working towards that and not overcomplicating things. Now more than ever, I find myself desiring a slow and uncomplicated life and business. I must be getting old because I'm appreciating more and more the simple things in life and always looking for ways I can make it easier. Cold ingredients out of the refrigerator. I need butter, eggs, Today is a day in what I call my test kitchen, where I will be testing out a few new recipes and products for the farmers market. I used to just try new things on an order and just hope for the best, but I've grown a little bit. Now I run my test kitchen to make sure my ideas will come through properly, and that's on being a grown businesswoman. So today I am working on my cookie recipe. Last year I used AI to help me create a cookie butter cookie recipe, and I want to take it to the farmers market. So I just want to test it out again to make sure it's still what I like and not just a fluke. And I've told y'all too many times probably that I am not a fan of baking, and part of that reason is having to prep the ingredients. But I will say I have put systems in place to make the process a little bit easier for myself, like having a super organized pantry. It just makes being able to quickly grab everything I need so much easier and cut down on my time. I don't struggle with digging for an ingredient or having to move something else to get to what I actually want. And I'm so thankful for that. I know not everyone has the ability to spread out their supplies and ingredients like I do, but you can minimize what you have to make your space more manageable. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in my cookie recipe or my organization supplies, you can find it all at thestationbakery.com. Some test bakes. So I have two cookies that I'm going to put in unchilled to see how they bake up. And with these two cookies, I have one that I've slightly flattened, and then this one is just a round ball, just to see what difference it makes in these being baked up. Then I'm going to pop my other three into the freezer to chill up a little bit, and then I'll pop these into the oven as well and see how it goes. When I first started my home bakery business, I remember hearing people talk about having systems and processes, and while it seems simple enough, I must admit I was always confused on what that actually meant, and especially what that could look like for my business. But I know better now, and I hope my videos help you to understand what it could look like for your business as well. So another process I have in place, although it's not always perfect, is maximizing the time I have when something is baking. I try to use this time to clean and put everything away so I can have space to work when whatever I'm baking comes out of the oven. I also use this time to prep other ingredients or make buttercreams and fillings. Doing something in the time it takes to bake is an easy way to cut down on your time and work more efficiently. I don't know if you know, but I am not a cookie girl. But I believe adding cookies to my menu is going to be a really good idea. I literally know nothing about cookies, so this is really just all trial and error. I don't know what makes a cookie spread, what makes a cookie chewy, or what makes a good cookie in general. I just know what I want them to look like. I'm not a fan of thick cookies or underbaked cookies. I want my cookies to be thin, chewy, crispy on the edges, soft and big. I want to see cracks and ripples. So that's my goal when making these cookies. If you have any tips on how to achieve just that, let me know in the comments, please. They're definitely the size, in the size range that I wanted. Pretty big, a whole hand. I did want them to be a little bit flatter, but I'm sure that these could have gone maybe a little bit less. But look at how cute that cookie is. That is the inside of our cookie. I don't know if I was supposed to keep letting them cool down or not. I told you all in my last video that not only am I adding cookies to my menu for the farmer's market, I also came up with the idea to do mini cookies. Isn't that such a cute idea? So now we're gonna play around with the packaging and see what is best. Here's our little cookie. Here's the back side. I have a few packaging ideas. The original idea was to put them into these jars and make cookie jars. And we have a cute little jar of cookies. Look at how cute that is. That's really cute. And then of course we'll put my labels on here. All right, so this is option one. I would love to know your thoughts on this one. Yay, nay. We like it, we love it. Okay, the next one is similar to the jars, it's just a larger version. So these will be like cookie tubs. And so let's scoop these up in here. And here is our cookie tub. That fit about twice as much as what can go in here. So this is option 1 in the jar. Here's option 2, the cookie tubs. I love this so much. The third option that I have are these bags right here. These are great. I can heat seal them closed. But yeah, a bag of cookies. So you got a jar of cookies, a tub of cookies, or a bag of cookies. So let's scoop these into here and see what it looks like. Then here is our bag of cookies. Let you get a closer look at that. This took about a little bit more than half in this bag. So this will be the smallest amount with about half of the cookies in here, the largest amount that fit all of the cookies, and then this amount, which is right in the middle. And then I can easily put my labels onto here. It's gonna have it looking real cute. Technically, all of these are gonna be cost effective for me because all of this packaging has already been paid for. But if I wanted to do this on a continual basis, I believe that these would be the cheapest option. These are gonna be the most expensive option. And then these are gonna be right in the middle. So cost effective wise, these would be best to keep prices down lower. Time effective wise though, and labor effective. For every one of these, I can get 2 of these, right? So I can double the amount of product that I can sell doing it in these jars versus doing these. Same thing with these. I can I think it's like a quarter, right? Would it be a quarter? I think I would 25%. I would have 25% more of these than I could do of these. Although I can sell these at different prices, but I can really get a good deal maybe by using these, even though this packaging is more expensive. So I'm gonna have to run some numbers and figure out what I think is the best option when it comes to this, but I would like to know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think? Which one would you go for? Which one would you choose? No, these would not be priced the same. These will all be priced differently. I did have prices already planned out for this, but I'm thinking that I could probably adjust them after seeing it and seeing how much is in there. I definitely think that we can do some things with those numbers. But yeah, those are my little cookie ideas. They're so cute. And we're gonna try one. We haven't tried it. Okay. Definitely crispy cookies. But I think that would be, Oh, that was like a really good bite. That tasted really good. That's really nice. I would probably cook them just a tad bit less, just a tad, but these are perfect. These are perfect, man. They are a lot of work though, having to pull and roll each individual little cookie, and then the amount that I can get on a cookie sheet. Mom. It is a little cumbersome, but I think I can run a good profit on these. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, and then we're gonna get on to the next theme eventually at some point. All right, so in here I have this inflatable serving bar. This is what I plan to like put some ice in there and be able to put like some treats so they can like actually sit out and see. So I don't have to like keep everything inside of a cooler. So an inflatable serving bar. My cookie bags. I am gonna test my cookie inside of here to see how it looks. These are called oxygen absorbers. So you put these inside of your baked goods. These are for the cookies that I'm gonna put in the jar. If I put them in the jar or the bag, I'm gonna drop one of these oxygen absorbers in there just to help keep them fresh. And I have a lot more that's coming in. These are my cake slice boxes. And I needed to order another pack of them. Got a pack of 50. So I can do my cake slices. And these are you're supposed to be able to heat seal these. And this is like the size that like I want my cookies. So you see we got, I mean, it's close. It's close, but I want it like one of those big jumbo cookies. So I gotta work on that. Then I guess I would like fold it over, or I would heat seal it and then fold it over. Put my label on it, maybe just like on the back. Yeah. Oh, it's upside down. So I will work on that. I will put it this way. Let me know your thoughts on this packaging and everything that I'm using in this video, the links to the recipes, the links to all of the packaging and supplies, all of that will be linked down below in the description box. You can shop my Amazon shop, go onto my website, thestationbakery.com, and everything is going to be there for you as well. But yeah, look at how cute this is. I'm really excited about how my packaging ideas are turning out. Like, yes, okay, yes. 2 days later and I am on the struggle bus. There has been so much going on, so I have not been able to do all the things that I needed to do and get done in my business. I've had to travel out of town to help my family with some things. I've had to do things with my kids and just a lot of different things for a lot of different people. So I have not been able to be in my test kitchen, but today, this morning, I was able to get back in there. And I tried out a new cookie. So I've been rethinking my menu because of my time. And then just trying to think of things that I can make ahead in advance. So then all I have to do is just bake it and package it up. I have to do my marketing so then people know to like come out to the market. There's a lot that's going on. I wanted to add a butter pecan cookie. So that is what I have been testing out today. And I think I got it. This cookie, it has the look that I'm going for. It has a great rich flavor. Look at that fold. That's what I want. I want it to spread big and wide and like have that fold. Like this is what I'm going for of that cookie butter cookie compared to this cookie. These were 100 grams. These were 116 grams. So I'll probably end up doing like 125 grams for these. This cookie went in straight after I mixed it. No chilling, none of that. And this is how it baked up. This cookie I put in the refrigerator and it just came out just to get out the oven. So we're gonna let it rest and do its thing. I'm gonna pull it off this tray in just a second. We're gonna let this rest and do its thing and then, you know, see how it does. But right now I'm liking this. If I can do this and I don't have to give any chill time like that, that's awesome. But then again, at the same time, I don't know how I feel about that because I wanna be able to make this dough ahead of time, freeze it, and then bake it directly from the freezer. But I needed to have the look of this cookie. In my head, I was thinking 6 of each cookie, but we'll see how that plays out and how that goes. And then I also make these little minis. I feel like I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm just like jumping from thing to thing. I don't know. I hope you're following me. But yeah, I'm gonna let this cookie rest. I just wanted to show y'all this. I gotta go get my nails done. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be able to jump back into the kitchen. My nephew's birthday is coming up this weekend. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot happening. It's a lot going on. And I'm just trying to survive out here. I'm just trying to survive. I gotta get to posting so people know to come out to the farmers market, to come see me and to come support me and to try some of my delicious baked goods that I gotta get baked up. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. But we're gonna make it through it. Oh, just really quickly, another thing that I was thinking about is like, I need to hire a baker because I've told y'all before, there's no question, you know, you shouldn't be surprised, but I'm not the biggest fan of the baking process. I don't like to do the baking. So I am considering figuring out how to hire a baker to come in and bake everything up for me so then I can just do all the other stuff, right? Future me, another thing that I realized is something that I would need to hire for is if you're a parent, you're gonna understand this, but also a babysitter. Because I can't attend the market without a babysitter because who's going to keep my kids for me? I need a babysitter. But yeah, I just wanted to catch y'all up on that and make sure that you're able to see it. Oh, really quickly too. These are my cookie butter cookies. Those look like somebody bit off of them, but they weren't. They were fused together. And then I put like one of these oxygen absorbers in there. So I'm testing this out to see how this does and like how it holds up. And then I'm gonna put a butter pecan version of the minis as well. Okay, let me jump off and figure out what my next steps are gonna be. But yeah, just wanted to jump in. This is like day 5 because I'm like 2 days behind. 2 days behind. I haven't even made any of the, oh, I'm gonna show you something too. I haven't even made any of the cake slices or anything. I haven't practiced my strawberry. There's a lot to do, but I'm gonna get it done because I have to. There is no other option. I have to get it done. Thankfully, I have all of my packaging. I have basically everything that I need. I do need to make another, okay, let me go take a moment, think things through, and then plan my next move. Okay. So when I got them done, I've been trying to go with more neutral looks on my nails, just like just real natural, real simple, clean. But today I was like, you know what? Let me try something a little more out there. Let me have some fun with my nails. So I went with this design and I absolutely love it. The guy did an amazing job working on my nails. Like, he took his time. He paid close attention to the details, and I'm very appreciative of that. Look at that. Complete perfection. Perfection. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. There's so much going on, like I've been telling you, but let me open up these boxes and show you the rest of the stuff that I ordered from Amazon. I don't even remember at this point. This is the first box that I'm gonna open. You trying to show too? You trying to show them the box? That's the one you're gonna show them? Oh, what's in there? All right, you open it up, buddy. No, we got a mistake. Oh no. When I went to my market last year, there was a really big hack. Well, I think that it's a hack. It's just a great idea. I had bags on hand so people can buy more than one item. It's easy for them to take. No. It's gonna be okay. So I had bags so people, if they bought more than one item, it would be easy for them to carry. And I found out that that was such a good idea, because think about it. If you have to carry things in your hand, you're not gonna buy as much because you can only hold so much, especially if you're still walking around and looking at other things. So if they have a bag, they can load up the bag. They can get 2, 3, 4 bags full of stuff and not have to worry about it, because bags are easy to carry and hold. So you can increase the amount of products that you're able to sell at your farmers markets by having bags for people to be able to put their things in. Another tip. I told y'all, if you've been following my content, I told you that I sold whole cakes. Yes, like an actual whole cake. I sold them at the market because the way that my mind works is that it's the weekend. People have events, people have parties. They can show up with the cake, right? Here's the cake, be the superhero at the party. And so people did buy my cakes. But again, the issue was they didn't want to carry it around. So what I did, because people were kind of on the fence, I was like, oh, here, you pay for it and I can hold it for you. And so when you're ready to leave, you can just come by and pick it up and then carry on with the rest of your business. And people bought the cakes because of that. I'm like, okay, yes, please. And there are some people who even just left like their bags of like mini cakes and different things. They left that with us and we just put their name on it, and then they just came back by and just picked it up. And so those are like services that I found to be very helpful, that people appreciate. And it increases your chances and ability to sell, versus if you did not have these things, then of course those would have been sales that you would have lost. Because people they're like, ooh, there's so many flavors, and like, I just, you just pull out your bag and you're like, okay, well, oh, I'm not supposed to show you those yet. But you just pull out your bag and you're like, oh, which ones do you want? And then people, they were like, oh, like I can put it in the bag. Okay, well in that case, I want this one, I want this. And it's like, perfect. Yes, you want them all. Let's put them all inside the bag. So just something for you to consider at your markets. I know that it is an extra cost, but you'll be selling more product to offset those costs. So I think that is a win. These are the bags that I purchased. Y'all, these are the bags that I purchased. This is the size that I thought I was getting, and like a little bit taller, because those are the bags that I had last time. Instead, I ended up with these little tiny bags. Like, I mean, I can still fill it up, and I don't mind giving people more than one bag to go, right? Because again, well, not again, because you don't know this yet. But I have a whole plan. I have a whole plan on what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna tell y'all right now. You're gonna have to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for my other videos to figure out what my plan is for these bags. Or you can go to thestationbakery.com and read my blog post where I already talked about my plans for these bags, as well as everything that I just told you about, plus so many other tips that I learned at my farmers market that really helped it to be a successful market for me and my business. So head on over to thestationbakery.com and check out my blog post all about the farmers market, and there's so many good tips over there for you. These little tiny bags, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it do what it do, because that's what I do, right? That's what I do. Whole box. Yeah, this whole box is full of bags. The wrong bags, but a bag nonetheless, okay? These are mini cake pans. I generally get them from the same supplier. I think I got some from my supplier, but they weren't gonna be here on time because y'all y'all have been buying up all the mini cake pans and making it hard for people to get them. So I think for this batch, I went with a different supplier so I can just make sure that I have some on hand. And then my original supplier is supposed to come through next week. But y'all have been tearing up these mini cake pans like no other. And I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so happy for this because I love mini cake pans. They're just so efficient and just so great for our businesses. But can y'all slow down a little bit? Because, you know, leave some for me, okay? Leave some for me, please. Some people have been like ordering pans off of like Temu and all of that stuff. And they get the pans and they don't have any lids. I mean, stuff just happens like that sometimes, you know? Gotta find you a supplier that you can rock and roll with. Yeah, okay, these are gonna be good. So yes, my mini cake pans, they look okay so far. No problems there. But yeah, y'all, oh, and while I'm on the topic of how y'all have been like selling out all of the mini cake pans, this just goes to show you how trends work. If you have something that you think is a great idea, and that it works for your market, or sometimes it may not even work for your market, then just the moral of the story, don't give up on things. Mini cake pans are hitting a massive surge, but mini cake pans are not new. They're new to a lot of people, but they're not new. I saw mini cake pans back in 2022. 2022 is when I first saw mini cake pans, and I started selling them and making them last year, 2023. A lot of people quit making the mini cake pans because they were like, oh, like my audience, like they're not warmed up to it, like they don't sell well for me. And that's just the thing. Like not everything that you see other people do is gonna sell for your market and your audience, right? So you have to weigh those things. But also just know that everything takes time. Things take time. Take like the cartoon cake trend, for example. Those blew up last year, right? But I saw those cakes back in 2021. There was a baker who started that trend, and she's like an Asian baker or something. And she started that trend back in 2021. It did not get popular until last year. That's 2 years down the pipeline. Same thing with the mini cake pans. They didn't get popular right off the bat. And there's so many different factors on what makes things trend and what makes things popular. I just say all of this to say, like, don't give up on something. And even if it was a trend and you feel like it's old now or it's past, test it. Just test it in your market and see, because a lot of markets, especially like mine, like they haven't experienced it yet. Even though it's popular in our community and you've seen it in our community, our actual customer base and community, they haven't seen it yet. It's something that's completely new to them, or maybe they've seen it but they haven't been able to experience it. So always test it out and try it and see. Don't be like, oh man, like this is so old and like nobody is gonna, because you never know. Right? You never know. Some things just need a little time to season and develop a little bit of flavor. What I have in here are these mini ice packs. What I usually do is put ice in a cooler to keep things cool for the market. But I wanted to try these ice packs. These are like dry ice packs, basically. Like you put water on them and they expand and then you freeze them. And they're supposed to last like up to 2 days. I did read reviews on it and people were like, it lasts a good amount of time, but probably not 2 days. So, I mean, but at the most, people are like 9 hours. 9 hours is plenty of time for me and my products, right? Gotta figure out my table setup. I have like all the things that I think I'm gonna use, but I just need to figure out how am I going to keep things cool, because I want things to actually be out on my table this time and not just like 1 or 2 items. I want a few things out there. Also in here is this royal icing. Part of my plan, as you saw, was to do sugar cookies with royal icing. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'll plan and prepare for it for my next market. But the reason why I'm doing sugar cookies is because I have a new toy. It's an edible printer add-on that I can do. Just whip up some sugar cookies. They freeze well, they store well. Like, this is something that I can easily add on to offer to my clients and offer at the farmer's market. I just don't have the time right now to practice it, to be able to incorporate it into this market, but I do plan to do that in the future. I got some more things to talk about, but I think we should probably switch up because we're tired of being right here, right? We're tired of sitting. Yeah. Come on, let's go somewhere else. We are coming to the end of this video, but there are a few things that I'm gonna need to get done that I want to tell you about, because this is all part of the process of getting ready for an event. And that is, I gotta get my marketing together. How are people gonna know that I'm doing this if I don't tell them? I plan to promote me attending this farmer's market on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, as well as my business Facebook page. I'm considering promoting on Instagram and YouTube as well. I know that there are a few of you on here who are local to me, who are nearby, and you have been asking me, when am I going to be doing a market? When can you purchase cakes for me? The time has come. Actually, I don't know, because I don't know when y'all gonna see this video. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm about to post this video tomorrow, because I'm not. Hopefully I sent out the marketing. This is future me. No, this is past me talking for future me into the past. I don't know, y'all. You were interested in the Station Bakery and all that I have to offer. The time is now. We're back in session. We're back open. Not back open. I want to say that because it's like ideally, I would like to have a week's worth. Actually, ideally, I would have already wanted to be like warming people up to the idea. Time has already passed, so we got to put that in the past and keep moving forward with what we have right now. My kids are doing something. Y'all saw her? I don't know what they're doing. Ideally, I would have liked to have already had things planned out, but I don't have that time anymore, so I gotta focus on next week. And I would like to have something every single day to remind people, but I know that that's probably not gonna be realistic for me, so I'm going 4 days. There's a reasoning behind all of this as well. Man, I don't think we have enough time to like just go in depth on all of that. I don't know, one day I'll get my membership open for you all. One day I'll get my classes open for you all, and we can talk about all of these things in depth. But anyways, this is where I'm gonna conclude this video. I'm gonna go figure out my life. Wish me the best, and if you enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below. It really helps motivate and encourage me to let me know that I'm doing something that is positively affecting our community. I may not respond to everything, but I just want to let you know that I am very thankful for all of the kind and positive words that you all send my way. Let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of video. Let me know your thoughts on just everything that you saw in this video. I want to hear from you. I want us to connect. Like we're friends. We're friends. Be sure that you check out my blog, thestationbakery.com, because there's a lot of content that I have written over there. It's much easier for me to write something than it is to make these videos. So you'll get a lot more content over there at thestationbakery.com. Plus, that's where you'll be able to find all of my recipes, all of my classes and products that are available to you, my label template membership. All of that stuff is located on thestationbakery.com. I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for another virtual assistant. I'm considering getting a baker. I just gotta make things easier for me. I'm just in a different point in my life and in my business that I can't do it all. But anyways, this was such a long outro. Thank you for sticking with me if you stuck with me this long. I really appreciate having each and every one of you. I love doing this with y'all. So yeah, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. Oh, by the way, really quickly, I'm sorry, but really quickly, watch this. When I say this, look at the bar up under the screen and let me know if you see it. Like this video and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you saw it. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Until then, peace.